Hey guys, I'm in section 8.4 working on objective number 2. I'm on pages 18 and 19 in the filled out notes. I have them already filled out on screen because my main goal here is to show you the technology parts. So if we're going to use technology to do that 2-sample z-test, we're still going to write out all the steps. We're just going to shortcut some of the math involved and replace steps 5 and 6 using the stat test menu, option 6, to do that 2-prop z-test. So the sum of the question talks about people with high cholesterol taking medicine and people taking a placebo. So if there's 2 groups and at the end of the study we count how many people died of heart disease to test the claim that those who took the medicine had a lower rate of dying from heart disease. So we have 2 groups to summarize in step 1, a medicine group and a placebo group. We have 2 successes already mapped out in the question, 301 and 357. In order for me to check the conditions, I've got to calculate P bar and Q bar. So I take the successes from each of the samples and the sample sizes, pool them together like this to get 0.073. Once I have that, I get Q bar from 1 minus P bar, and I have 0.927. So I need those quantities in step 2, where I'm going to check that N1P bar, N1Q bar, N2P bar, and N2Q bar are all at least 5. Okay, so this calculator is not going to shortcut that. So anyway, there's a claim that taking the medicine lowers the rate of death due to heart disease. So a P1 less than P2 is a claim. Remember, this is not a claim about a mean. We are qualitatively just looking at whether someone died of heart disease or not and counting how often that occurred in each group. So we're testing a claim that proportion 1 is less than proportion 2. The alpha level is 0.01. So now step 5 and 6 that I have here in red, here's how it goes in the calculator. So in stat tests, you can see down at option 6, you've got the 2-prop z-test. So once you do that, notice the order it's asking for stuff. It wants how many successes in the first sample, 301. Success here is counting deaths from heart disease. The first sample size is 4,700. 4,700. Second number of successes is 357. That's the placebo group out of 4,300. Okay, now we have to pick the direction of HA. We are doing the so-called left-tailed test. So we have to toggle and pick that and then calculate. So now what shows up on my screen is the z-test statistic, which if I round to 2 places is negative 3.46. That's what I wrote in red next to step 5. And then the other thing I care about is the number right under it. The p right under it is the p-value for the test. These other p's can be a little bit confusing. This is p hat 1. 6.4% of the people in the medicine group died of heart disease, and 8.3% of people in the placebo group died of heart disease. And then here, this p hat without the subscript on it is that pooled p hat of 0.073 that I had previously gotten for myself to check the conditions in step 2. If you see the down arrow, it's just letting you know that it's got more to show you, and this is what we typed in for the 2 sample sizes. Anyway, from the output, I really only need these first 2 lines. So step 5, I have my z statistics. Step 6, I have my p-value. Don't miss the e-4 on the end of the screen there. So now I have a very low p-value, so I'm going to reject HO, letting me know there is enough evidence to support the claim that the medicine group has a lower death rate due to heart disease. Okay, let's try one more example. It's on page 19. Again, these are the filled out notes so that my main objective is showing you the calculator. All right, we got plantar heel pain in a 4-week study about the effectiveness of using magnetic insoles to treat plantar heel pain. 54 subjects wore the insoles, 41 wore non-magnetic insoles. The results are shown on the left, so we got 2 little pie charts for ourselves. At alpha equals 0.01, can I support the claim of a difference in the proportion who feel all or mostly better? So we ask people a qualitative question, do you feel all or mostly better? So in the magnetic group, it's 17 out of a total sample size appears like 54, right? And in the non-magnetic group, we have 18 who feel better out of a total of 41 subjects. I'm going to get P bar and Q bar so I can check the conditions, that they're all at least 5. Okay, step 3, I have a claim that there's a difference in these two proportions, so let's go test that claim. Using alpha equals 0.01, we'll need that to help us make a decision. So stat test menu, option 6, and we go and put the data in. In the magnetic group, we had 17 people feel better out of the 54 people in the group. In the other group, we had 18 feel better out of the 41 people in the group. This is a two-sided test, so toggle to that, calculate the z-test statistic, and there we go. Steps 5 and 6. Z is negative 1.24, the p-value 0.2138. That's not p-low, so since p is bigger than the alpha level, fail to reject HO, with the decision or conclusion in context that there's not enough evidence to support the claim that there's a difference in the proportion of subjects who feel better when using magnetic versus non-magnetic insoles. Okay, calculator work. Feel free to do your homework problems doing steps 5 and 6 with your calculator, or if I backtrack here, I did show an example with all the math worked out, steps 5 and 6, using an equation for the z-test with a tail area for p-value. Whatever you wish, feel free to try it both ways. The math should match either way you do it. All right, objective number 2, pages 18 and 19, done.